Hi, my name is Nicole, and I am here with a message. I wanted to talk about. I was in the book of Judges in the Bible, reading the Bible in the book of Judges, and I was reading on the story of Samson, and I was reading. It's a really good story, and it was so many different things that could be learned from the book of or the story of Samson. I really recommend you go and read it yourself. However, just a little bit of the background on Samson. Samson was considered one of the strongest in the land during that time. His mom was barren, and she didn't have any children. She was barren. And so God decided to open up her womb so that she could bear Samson, because he had a purpose for Samson. And part of Samson's purpose was to bring Israel out of exile, because they were underneath the dominion of the Philistines at that time. And so he gave the mom a certain set of instructions on how she was supposed to live, and when Samson was born, how he was supposed to be, how he was supposed to live. And like right off the back when the story started, you could just see Samson was breaking all those rules, including the very first thing in the story. In I read it in the in the I think I read it in the King James version. But anyway, right off the bat, he married one of the Philistine women that belonged to the Philistines. So, and that was against his parents' will, but he did it anyway. It was different things he did that went against what God had spoken. But one of the things that stood out to me the most was his lack of judgment. Samson had really poor judgment. He really lacked spiritual discernment. He had a love for women, you could tell, but he also had a weakness for the women. And the first wife betrayed him. He gave her up, and he went and he got involved with Delilah, and he really loved Delilah, and Delilah was the Philistines as well. And Delilah, she betrayed him over and over again, and he just did not see it. Like, his love for her made him so blind to the things that she was doing, and she got him caught up in situations over and over again. But he loved her, and he continued to move forward with her, and he continued to allow her to put him in situations that eventually led to his demise. And one of the things that happened to Samson was he ended up blind. And the thing is, he ended up physically blind, but throughout the story, he was spiritually blind the entire time. The discernment was just not there. And, it stood out to me because we really don't understand how important our spiritual eyes are. Our spiritual eyes are so important, but and our spiritual discernment is even more important. It is so important for us to be able to discern things, situations, and people spiritually, because that is there in order as a way for us to protect ourselves. It is a like a radar that keeps us out of danger when we take heed to it. And so many times as Christians, I hear Christians say, "Oh, I'm okay. God got me," or "It's so this I could do this. God got me," or this. And yes, God have our back, but He's given us certain tools for a reason, and we are to use them, because if you're not discerning who you're around, what environments you're in, it's like it's only so much God can do if you continuously put yourself in harm's way. That spiritual discernment, again, is there as a detector for you to, help God to protect you. And so I just wanted to come and encourage you to start tapping into that. You don't understand how much that could save your life. You know, some of us are blessed with great people around us, and some of us are just aren't. And you know, Judases are alive and well in this day. There are so many people that have, you know, been taken out by a Judas, people that they thought were, that loved them just as much as they loved them, and that they were loyal to them and all these different things, and they get got by these same people. So the discernment is there for a reason. That spiritual discernment is there for a reason. And Samson just did not use it at all. But we need to take a lesson from Samson, and we need to use ours. We need to stop ignoring the red flags that are blaring in our face. And when we say, "Oh, God got me," He do have you. That's why He gave you that gift of spiritual discernment, the discerning of spirits. That's why you have that, and you need to use it. And I just wanted to come and encourage you to, if you don't feel like yours is sharp enough, begin to ask Him to sharpen it. But spiritual discernment will save your life. Simpson was spirit blind way before he was actually physically blind. Spiritual blindness was a blindness that he had, that led him into all different situations, and he kept coming out of it until he couldn't come out of it anymore. So there's only so many chances, or so many times you could be saved, that you have to, you know, take responsibility and accountability for your own life and use what you've been given. And that is there for a reason. God don't give us anything if we don't have a need for it. If He's given it to us, He expects us to use it. So I wanted to encourage you to start tap into your spiritual discernment and start using it. You know, I hear people talk about energy. Energy is misleading. We are to spiritually discern, be discerning of the spirits, test the fruit, and test the spirits as well. That's what we as Christians should be doing, not going off of energy. So I wanted to come and, you know, give this. I keep saying that, but I came to give this, and I hope that you would take heed to it and begin to tap into it. So until next time, you have a good one. Bye.